Go Podcast Nintendo. We are live here. Club Nintendo, level 211. How you guys doing today? How you doing, John?
I am stellar. How are you, Tim?
Oh, no complaints. I've been living in the virtual reality for many hours this week, as we'll talk about later in a non-Nintendo segment. And it's been wild. It's been good. How about you, Aaron?
I'm pretty good. I was just looking at John's fan. I think that we have like the same fan, maybe.
Oh,
Very similar.
We're in the same.
there's not
fan
many.
club.
There's not many blades on that fan.
There's 5.
It
That's
seems
the
sparse.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Is that
5
the
blades.
standard amount of blades in a fan?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've seen 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta pay attention to mine upstairs. See what they're at. Does that
Yeah,
really
sure.
matter as far as the output of a fan? Like, what kind of research do you think goes into fan testing?
I don't think so because they got those Dyson fanless blades. So our fan.
How does that even work? There's no blades in it.
I don't really know, but I've been looking at one. I want one.
Yeah, I want one too.
Wait,
I was
how
looking at
does
one.
it? Is this a motor that blows or
Have
something?
you not seen these, Tim? Have you not seen them?
No, I've
What?
not seen
Really?
it.
It's like a ring, and then it just works. You turn it on, and then it blows air.
Are they louder? It seems
No,
like they'd be
they're
louder.
silent.
No.
They're just silent.
Yeah,
How expensive are these things? These like premium.
they
At
can
least
get pretty expensive.
300 or
I
400
saw
bucks.
some going up to like 300, yeah, and then I saw some as low as like 30 for like personal ones.
30, really? What?
Yeah, for like I saw one last night. I was just looking at it, and there was like a USB powered one for like $30, and it's supposed
Is
to
it
be
Dyson?
like no, it's just
Oh,
some,
okay. It's just some
yeah,
Chinese
cheap,
brand.
yeah.
So use an oscillating column of air to produce a cooling effect. Interesting.
Yeah, I want one.
Mhm.
I might get one. I might splurge and.
I mean,
You know,
I've hit
splurging money when we buy
I've hit
Dyson.
fans enough to want something like that.
Well, I try to not do the air conditioning when it gets hot out because it's expensive, and it's just me here. So I figure like I might as well just get a really good fan
Sure.
and have that fan going wherever I am versus like running the whole entire house's air conditioning. Like old people stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Nah,
That's what
I
I
just
do.
You know,
do
a
the whole
fan
house,
doesn't
basically.
technically get the house colder unless you have like something like a cool air behind it or something.
Well, that's true. But the thing is, I just need the air moving to keep it cool.
Yes,
Like,
it makes it more comfortable.
I need it. I definitely can't have it too hot because like I need it at a certain temperature, but I can just have it at a certain higher temperature and then use the fan wherever I go. I think to cool
Yes.
down. Anyways,
You need to get I have an ice vest, John. You pack it full of these ice packs. Just wear that in summer.
no,
Good
I'd
to go
rather
for a
just
couple
put
hours.
the air conditioning on.
Okay.
At that
Okay.
point, I think. I'm
Okay.
just gonna-
It's very refreshing in summer, especially to have your little ice vest on.
Oy,
This is a
man.
gaming podcast, yes? Yeah.
Oh, I guess so.
I guess so. Yeah. So it's been about a month or so. We've had a couple of things come up here, but lots been happening here. We're in like the final days of the 3DS and Wii U eShops here. It's very sad. This is kind of where I got my reintroduction into gaming, and it's kind of like all come crumbling down here with the eShop for these stores here.
Yeah, I booted up my 3DS the other day and just like re-downloaded everything to make sure I had it, and I'm gonna do the same for my Wii U. soon.
I can't find my Wii U. It's somewhere in storage. I've looked in the storage. It's
What?
somewhere. It's in one of the boxes. I found some game pads with no console somewhere in there.
Wow,
So-
lost.
It's in the storage along with the Xbox One. It's somewhere in there.
So, have you thought about your 3DS collection? Are you gonna like download some stuff on there? You think it'd be more valuable in the future?
I
with
mean,
software.
I have my main system maxed out. I download some games prior, stuff I wanted. And I am at the maximum number of installable games or apps. And I had to clear some stuff out because on 3DS, there is this limit that I've hit. It doesn't, even if there's storage space, you can only install X number of games on each system.
Yeah.
So I've hit that limit. I've got everything I pretty much want. I downloaded the Kirby's I was missing. Got the Metroid Returns that I didn't get until recently. And I figure after this closure happens, eventually these things will be hacked wide open, and you'll be able to just install stuff.
They pretty much already are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But there are
But yeah,
some
I
things-
do have a cup. I have my 2DS with me. The red one. I love that thing. I've got my Japan new 3DS in white, and I've got my Majora Mask new 3DS XL. Those are the ones I have easy access to right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, end of an era. I have so many 3DSs. So I have backups in case I need them. Yeah. John, are you doing any final purchases as we?
No, you can still purchase stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, that's ending soon.
That's ending soon.
On the 27th.
27th this month.
Yeah, I guess I really probably should boot them both up and like go through and
Make sure you got everything you need.
Yeah. But I probably won't. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Probably not going to.
Probably not going to. The 3DS is the easier one. But you have the Wii U hooked up though still, don't you?
I don't. I have it sitting back on this TV,
Okay.
but this TV is a not HD TV, and I don't have a HDMI to analog.
That's wild.
Converter or anything
Okay.
currently. I guess this may be.
Is it a CRT or what kind of TV you got there?
CRT.
Okay, for the retro stuff.
For the retro stuff, yeah, just in this room. I mean, obviously, my TV in my living room is not a CRT.
Yes.
Maybe it could be. Not to put anyone down, he still has a CRT. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, but
No.
mine is not. But yeah, no, I don't have a Wii U hooked up currently,
Okay.
so I could drag it out. I dragged it out not too long ago to play.
Yeah, you should have it like in part of the primary consoles
But,
there. hooked up,
I
No?
don't have much room. Like this PS5 takes up so much room already.
That's true.
And
You
not
could
to
probably
mention,
put the Wii U inside the PS5. That might be-
yeah,
Yeah.
I need like an HDMI switch because I already got like enough stuff hooked up to all the HDMI on the
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, that's my problem now. I just need a Switch, but I have everything out. I have my PS5, Xbox, Wii U, and Switch all on the
Yeah,
shelf.
I've got a PS3 Super Slim now hooked up to my desktop setup here, and that thing is tiny. I have an original in storage somewhere that's noisy as all heck and kind of like there
That's
for
the
looks.
one that has to lay flat, right? It doesn't really.
It doesn't
stand
have
up.
to. I actually have a vertical stand for it, but it is a top loader.
Yeah.
How does the disk drive work if it's sideways? Does that work right?
It's you move it yourself. It's got a little sliding tray that you just move open and close. It's actually pretty nice. It seems built to like last. It's like the one
Really?
that's like, yeah, it's
I
the
always
most
thought-
reliable.
That one was the lowest build quality of all the PlayStations.
There's
Only
no
because the door seems so crummy. The door seemed like it was just gonna break. Like
well,
slide and break.
there's no like the other ones. There's like a tray that comes out, or it's like the one where you're like putting it up against it and like sucks it in. And also the
slot loading. Yeah, that's the best slot loading.
Yeah, slot
Those-
loading one was great, and it had a really nice texture.
And
on
I
it.
like
It
a
seemed really
tray.
durable.
it.
If it's
Yeah.
not slot
Oh, no.
load, I like a tray.
And I believe, I don't know, like the chip itself is miniaturized in a way like it's less power hungry, and I think it's like
Well, I'm sure
built
that's
better.
true. Yeah.
So I think
I'm just talking
I
about
don't
the
know.
disc insertion part.
Yeah,
is the only part I'm talking about.
Yeah, in person, the Super Slim actually is pretty nice looking console, and it's just so tiny. It's remarkable how small I got that.
Where did you get this from?
It was on eBay.
How much did you pay for it?
Too
Wasn't
much.
much. It was like 180, I think.
That's a lot.
Whoa, really? It was
You could-
180?
Oh, you could have got like just like a little bit more. You could have got a Steam Deck, and then
A little bit more. That's $600.
Like
no,
triple,
for like
like
the
triple
lowest
it.
in one, it's only like 400.
I
Double your money, and you could have got a Steam Deck.
I want to play through the Metal Gear games, and they got the PS3 for that. And Resistance, I want to play. There's a lot of PS3 games that are stuck on this console because it's like such a weird chip.
No, you could just get
Um,
a Steam Deck and just
You
download the
can't
games.
emulate a PS3 properly, Aaron.
Yeah, you
all the
can.
games
Oh,
are
yeah, you can.
all the games are
talking about?
different.
Yeah,
Totally can.
Yes, you can. There's so many emulators out there right
It's
now.
such a
on
weird,
PC.
quirky console. Like the emulators I hear are all not super great.
I think you should try it. You never know
Also,
till you
I'm
try.
amazed. I was playing around with the PS3. I'm amazed at this little system. It saw my Synology without any configuration. It's such a weird. It's like more of a computer. This like the kind of features they throw on the PS3. It's kind of like a different era.
Well, they used to use PS3s for like servers and like
Yeah.
for all sorts of
PS3 was pretty powerful. It was pretty wild.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a crazy system. And I have my DualSense. I have my DualSense. I have one of my DualSenses paired with the PS3 now because it had a more open Bluetooth system that kind of worked with any controller. You can't pair a DualSense to the PS4, but it does work with PS3. Bizarrely enough.
This is the CECH model. Does that sound right? Do you know?
I believe so. Yeah.
Tim, these are going for like $80
Oh,
on
No,
eBay.
they're not.
I'm looking at these right here. Sold listings. I'm gonna send you a screenshot right now. Anyways.
Okay. Anyways,
Not that, not
I
to
was
make-
looking at all the listings and I got it in a it was like basically like brand new almost.
Okay.
It was
Fair
the
enough.
condition mattered. I wanted something.
Condition mattered.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to diving into some of those games at some point soon. And I've been trying to hack it. It's evidently a little bit hard to hack the Super Slims. But there's, I guess, for the hacks of PS3, you can like install games off the disc, so you can have a bunch of games just installed, which is nice. But anyways, the bizarre thing is seeing the remote play evolution. How there's like 3 games that work with remote play on PS3, and then like PS4 greatly expands, and PS5 is just kind of perfect. So they've been working on that tech a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like a lot of ways, the PS5 feels kind of like the Switch. How it's just kind of like an amalgamation of the past few generations of
Yeah.
consoles. Yeah.
So with that said, some Nintendo news, right? Nintendo has been patching the server for some Nintendo games, and they found a big vulnerability. And basically, you can't play Splatoon 1 online right now, as well as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe online for the Wii U. And that's kind of just an ironic thing as people go and boot up these Wii U's and now can't play some of the big online games.
Well, they're not gonna be even around anymore in like a couple of weeks, right?
Are they
Well,
shutting
that-
the servers down?
I don't
didn't
know.
know that
I
was
just-
happening.
I just assumed that once the shop goes, like, you know,
I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to leave these things open.
John's muted.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got to be shutting down those servers. If they're shutting down the shop, right? They're shutting down.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
servers,
come on.
probably.
Splatoon lives forever. Let's be real, right?
Come on. How many people can still be playing? I mean, you can still get games, but it takes a while. One, and there's just not that many, probably.
Okay,
Comparatively to their other, games now.
That's fair.
Think about how many people are playing Mario Kart on Wii U versus Mario Kart, or Mario Kart on Switch versus Wii U. It's got to be like insanely a huge delta difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm
there's
sure.
only
Maybe Pokemon
one
games.
match.
Are people
One
still playing
match ever
Pokemon
going.
games?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people playing like some of those older Pokemon games. I was playing like Sword and was still surprised there were a lot of people. I was playing Sun and Moon. There was still a lot of people. So, yeah.
So,
No.
yeah, it's bizarre. So the next, I just want to point out this bizarre game for the Switch that is really creative as far as its Joy-Con usage. You need a roll of toilet paper to play this game, and you put your Joy-Con inside this roll of toilet paper as the controller. Who's all getting this game here? Seems
No, I don't
incredible.
even understand what the point of this game is. I saw this and I saw them just like rolling it on a board, and I'm like, what? What are you doing? Like, it seems like that is like a mini game. You could do it once. It's like, okay, I rolled it over there. And now I've experienced that. Also, how
Yeah.
much is this? Like, how much does this cost?
I mean, based on the graphics, it looks like it should be like $1.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the toilet roll game, right? You'll need to stick your Joy-Con in a toilet roll. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
I mean, thankfully everyone has
It's
a
$5.
roll handy.
Okay, it's $5.
$5. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Do they have online multiplayer?
It's got DLC probably.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know about this game. This is the kind of stuff we're getting now on Switch, you know.
Yep. You know what that
Pure-
means? It's the end of the Switch. It's getting the Wii type games.
I mean, we still don't have the letter on Switch, do we?
We're never gonna get the letter. We pretty much like ruined that.
No, I think there's an updated version of that I heard, so I do need to boot up my Wii U to make sure I
Oh,
get
yeah, you actually
yeah.
get the updated
the
letter.
latest
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, and then practice speed runs of the game.
it's true.
Yeah, there's speed runs of a game that like never ends, and
Yeah, no, I heard that like you can beat it like super fast. Like
you just walk over and just like beat it. Like,
Yeah.
find out the one item.
so I remember when we were kind of talking about it, I guess some guy just like turned around at the first level and you can just run directly to the end. Like he never thought about people just turning around and running the other way.
That's what the DLC does. It makes the game more playable. It adds
puts a
more
wall.
game elements into the game. Tim, I think we're gonna have to pass on this toilet paper game.
Okay.
Yeah, this
okay.
doesn't look good.
I'm curious what kind of Twitch live streams will be on this game. I think you might have some role playing and some crazy stuff go on here.
Who like
Role
holds?
playing?
That
Yeah.
was unintentional there.
I don't get this screenshot of the guy like sitting on the toilet. He's got like one hand on his head, like he's worried, and he's got his other hand on his crotch, which I don't ever do when I'm on the toilet. I don't know what he's doing with
He's
his
just
hand.
working it out, you know.
He's like making sure it's still like working or something. I don't know what he's doing.
No, he has to hide it so it's censored.
He's tucking
I
it
think that's
down.
what it
Maybe.
is.
Yeah, maybe you're right,
Oh,
maybe
that's what
he
he's
does.
doing.
Yeah.
They
They
could
could've
just give the guy a
Ken-dolled it.
long shirt or something. Like I don't know.
They could have Ken dolled it, you know. Didn't do that.
Maybe it'd be funnier if they just blur it out. You know.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, The Sims. They should have done what they did in The Sims, you know.
Yeah. Like The Sims.
I don't know. I feel like now I have to try out this game.
It's $5, man.
What
give
type
you-
of role do they
I'll give
recommend
you.
though?
I'll give you $2 to go towards it.
I don't know. Do you go super soft or do the band?
Well, I'm wondering about like the size of the role.
I
Like,
do a
do you have,
single
like, a
roll,
mega
right? You
roll?
don't want to do like a triple roll. Be hard to roll a
Triple.
I think all I
roll,
have is like the mega, which is like 4 and 1.
mega rolls.
Oh,
How many-
wow,
how
you
many
do
ply
4
is
and
that?
1.
Yeah,
two
they're
ply?
those giant ones.
Oh wow.
Is it soft?
Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know what the brand
Charmin?
is.
Is it Charmin?
No,
Is it
comes
the
from
bear?
Quilton
Costco.
Northern. I like the Quilton Northern. I think the Quilton Northern's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
The Bears, man.
like
There's
the
Bears
Quilton
are
Northern, I think,
obsessed.
but it comes from Costco.
Okay.
Oh, Kirkland quilted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Quilted Kirkland.
yep, that's what it is.
I just got a bidet, and it's
Oh yeah, me too.
Ooh.
I
It's,
bought one for.
I've never used one. I hear
Christmas.
those are great.
I've only used it twice, and it's the beginning of my new life.
Yeah. So like the first time it was very shocking, but now it's like if you
Refreshing.
don't use it, you just don't feel right.
It kind
Yeah.
of feels weird now when I I almost muscle memory. I reached over for the paper, and my brain was like, "No, don't do it, don't do it." And I was like, "No, I'll just do it. It's quicker." And I did. And I was like, "Oh, this is terrible." I was like, "Why did I do this?"
Does it work in combo? Can you use both?
Yeah,
What-
you still have to use a little bit of
You gotta
paper
pat
just
it
to
dry.
kind of you gotta
Okay.
pat it
Okay.
dry.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
but you only need like 2 or 3 squares as opposed to like
So that mega roll,
Yeah.
Aaron, will last you like a year.
well, Personally, yes, toilet paper lasts me a very long time, but I can't say so much for other people in the house.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So March 10th is rolling around. That means Mario Day is rolling around. And we've got a new bundle here for Switch, the 2 red Joy-Cons. And you get a download of a Mario game, one of 3 that you get to pick out, I guess, with this code. I'm not sure how that system works.
Are you
We
gonna
got
get all
Odyssey-
3?
No, you choose
No,
one.
You have to pick.
That'd be great if they gave you all 3. That'd be
Oh, I
a heck
see
of a
the
deal.
screenshot. I didn't read it. I just see the screenshot.
Yeah, you got Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Mario 8, or Mario Odyssey. I'm not sure what the obvious picks is either Odyssey or Kart. If you don't have these, so.
Yeah, I know who would waste their code on New Super Mario whatever Deluxe U.
Now that was my first Wii U game I ever played. My first game in like 5 years, whatever. Since
It's
and
It's
I
not that
played that
Yeah.
as my first game back in the gaming, and I was like laughing and just delighted with the joy I saw of it.
yeah, it's
That
not
game
a
was very special.
bad game. It's just like I'm sure you can find that on sale for like $15, $20.
Absolutely.
Whereas like
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey like almost never goes below 50, you know?
Yeah, true.
So, Microsoft, they're being goofy again, being just silly with this whole Call of Duty on Switch thing. They're just like trying to like prove a point to all these governments and stuff. And they have said they've signed legal documents, I guess, for it to Switch for 10 years, and they say they want the best version of Call of Duty on Switch, feature parity with Xbox. Do you see this happening through a crappy cloud version, or are they going to put in the work and do some porting?
There's no way. There's like, even if you did a streaming version, there's no way, because you would have to have the
How to
online
do
features.
online
Yeah.
multiplayer through streaming? That would be terrible.
So, I mean, we did it like with Stadia. You remember that? Like playing Destiny, and it just was not a good experience.
No, they did this for Wii U with Ghost. That was a good experience. Felt good. We're a little bit further behind generationally, but if you make a game run on Xbox Series S, I feel you can make it run on Switch. Not exactly, but
No, I think the Series S is still.
So by feature parity, it means to me that they'll both have campaigns, they'll both have the same modes, but graphically, of course, it'll be downscaled as needed, right?
Well, to me, that's not feature parity, and I mean,
is graphical level of a feature?
It could be construed as a feature.
Okay,
Which,
so Phil's
I
lying
think,
here.
Well, there's no way for it not to be, because even like current gen, like PlayStation 5, Xbox, the same game, one version might have better graphics versus the other one might have a better frame rate. There's already games that, are the same game that technically you could say have different features based on their graphical, specs. So I don't know. It's kind of disingenuous to say that they're going to be all, they're going to have parity.
Yeah.
If you don't consider graphics features, then yeah, I'm sure they will probably be feature parity, maybe, probably. But graphics are something that's like the main feature to you, maybe not, because the Switch one's probably going to be running like below 720p, like maybe hitting 30 frames per second. Like we kind of know what to expect at this point.
So I'm looking more
like
into this quote, and it looks like it's very specific wording. So he says, we want to make absolutely the best version of Call of Duty on any of those platforms. So that sounds very specific. Like, we're going to do the best that we can do on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows it's not going to match any other version.
It will be wild to have that back. I mean, I did enjoy those first couple of years having Black Ops 2 and Ghosts on the Switch, or the Wii U, I mean.
Yeah.
The first thing they should do is port those 2 games to Switch, Let's bring the Wii U games over. Anyways.
No one's playing those anymore.
No. Ghost, you had the dog. I tried to injure the dog. They did not let me do it in the game. Just to see if you could,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always have to shoot the animals. I always
you have
do.
to see what happens in the game,
Yeah.
You really do. Yeah. So we had a banger Pokemon showcase direct thing. And after 5 years, we're finally getting Pokemon Sleep. Can you believe it? It's coming.
This is the quality of life stuff that they promised that they were working on, the sleep stuff. Right?
Yeah, we're getting Pokemon Sleep. We're not getting the Wii Sleep or whatever that was.
We sleep.
So
Is that a
Pokemon
thing?
Sleep.
Is that a sleep? Well, is there a we sleep?
I remember like years ago they talked about
Years
bringing
ago.
some quality of life thing, and they even showed like this stand that was going to monitor you when you're sleeping, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that. It was like a
Really?
camera.
Yeah.
A camera?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
did.
And
That's freaky.
I don't know what happened to that. It just disappeared.
Along with the vitality sensor. that they were
Yeah,
doing.
I remember that thing. Yeah, I remember hearing about. It's literally like a pulsometer. Like,
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a new tracking. There's gonna be a new tracking app called Pokemon Sleep, launching later this year. It will measure how good of a night's rest you get and show the results analysis by sleeping with your phone next to you. The app will measure your stages of dozing, snoozing, and slumbering, with different Pokemon appearing on your screen depending on how well you did. So, I'm not sure what kind of rewards. Oh, the app will be integrated as part of the Pokemon Go Plus device. So that's a device coming out. Part auto catcher, part sleep.
wait, Pokemon
monitor.
Go Plus. Is
Yes,
what I'm reading.
Plus. Yes, plus.
Plus.
The
There's
plus
two
plus
pluses.
device. Yeah, it's spelled out in the symbol. So I guess you could sleep with the plus device rather than the to your phone, I guess. So that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be using the plus device.
No.
No, it's expensive. How much is that?
It reminds me of the Wii U, Wii Fit U device. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
when you bought gold and silver, it came with that little Poke thing for free.
It did. It
Like,
did.
come on.
How much are the gold, silver, Poke Walker things going?
Oh,
for?
I can only admit the games. Those games are one of the most expensive Pokemon
Mhm.
games out there. Those games go
Yeah.
for over 100 each easily. Like
Yeah.
just the cartridges now. Like it's insane. They need to really release those two. Those are two they need to release.
Yeah, and then someone tested the NSO version, the emulators, with Pokemon games. They evidently found a way to load the ROMs into the emulator, into NSO on a Switch. I'm not sure how they did this.
It's probably
But
honestly not that difficult. It's literally just an emulator reading some files off whatever folder they're telling you
Yeah.
to read off of. Yeah. So if the
But,
ROMs are there, it's just going to read the ROMs.
But
It's not
online
gonna know any
online trading is fully functional without any patching. It just works.
Yeah,
Isn't that wild?
well, it is, but it isn't. Diving into that handheld emulator I got not too long ago, I'm shocked at how many games like N64 and older, the online just works on them. Like they just put in some ports, open up some ports in the game, and it's like holy crap, they just work. It just connects and it works. It's like holy,
Yeah.
there's literally nothing in these emulators other than I just think opening some network connections that like makes this stuff possible. Which kind of blew my mind because I'm literally just downloading the same ROMs that I've been downloading off the internet for like 2 decades. There's nothing different about the GoldenEye I downloaded today from what it was, 15 years ago. But this version I can play online. This version I can actually play with my brother. And it's just like the emulators these days are so cool what they can do just by, doing a few little things. So it's not surprising to me that this works out of the box just because of my experience with all these newer emulators. Like this stuff is, it's really cool what they can do now. It's definitely not like it was back in the day. These emulators are upscaling. They're doing online. They have achievements now. Some of the ones I have like literally have online achievements where you just sign in with your account and it keeps track of you and your friends and what games you're playing. So it's pretty cool.
Very neat. Other news from the Direct, there is going to be a Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC in 2 parts. It'll have over 230 familiar Pokemon in it, coming out fall and winter of this year, I believe. So very soon here. Pokemon Scarlet Violet will get home support in early 2023, so I can upload all my new Pokemon into my Pokemon Home to once again have the complete living Pokedex right there. And then the original Pokemon Trading Cards series is returning as a premium set.
Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
It's coming back, John.
God, how much is that going to be?
I think it's not terrible. Let's
I mean,
whatever.
Like,
it's going to be like hundreds, and we're all.
Oh, because it'll be sold out. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, this is going to be sold out. This is going to be like one of those. We only made 10,000 of them, and
I don't see a price listed here.
This is
if it's the original set, that's like 110 cards, 101,
something like that.
Yeah, so
I kind of want this. I never had the original cards.
I did.
Oh gosh,
and I want them
I
again.
almost had a full set. Yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah, I want this again. Yeah, this is tempting.
Yeah.
I watched the video in little, and it looks like the backs of the cards are not the original backs, unless they're just using some like sleeves, which kind of concerns me.
Well, maybe it's to prevent people from trying to pass them off as originals.
No, they're using sleeves.
They're using sleeves? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm like, because how could you do an anniversary set and not have the back? I mean, even the cards today have that same OG back. They never changed it. I guess you can tell
they have like a plastic around it, and so there's a really good shot here. That's pretty much is what they use in like the article we have in our show notes. And you can see that they're within a sleeve. Yeah.
So, in other news, we have some updates as far as availability. We have Metroid Fusion out now on the GBA Virtual Console, and we have the Wave 4 out now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we're getting... we have the track list here. We're getting from Mario Kart Tour, Singapore Speedway, Bangkok Rush, and Amsterdam Drift. From the Wii, we're getting DK Summit. We're getting Riverside Park from Mario Kart Super Circuit. Now remind me, John. Super Circuit, that's the original Mario Kart?
Super Circuit is the Game Boy Advance version.
Okay, Game Boy Advance. And then we're getting Mario Circuit from Mario Kart DS and Waluigi Stadium from Double Dash, which I'm so happy to see Waluigi Stadium in.
Yeah, we're also getting Birdo, right? Or was that a different update?
Oh, that's coming. Yeah, Birdo was in this update. Yeah.
I'm shocked we don't have like Kirby yet. And, I was kind of thinking about...
He is such a natural fit, right?
Characters, we don't have... Where's Kirby at? Yeah, that's cool. More more courses.
We have 2 left. We got 2 more packs left.
2 left. Wow, then we're done.
I really want to see every single track ever in this game. I don't think there's enough tracks with the tour tracks.
Are they going to add a full Double Dash mode where you can play with 2 people?
Yeah, that's what I would like to see.
That would be amazing. They should have had that for the Wii U, let's be frank, with the gamepad. That was such a perfect fit.
Well, they went back and added in, because they didn't originally have battle mode either. Remember they had some weird crappy battle mode? It was battle mode race. It was like a race that was battle mode. And it was like, who wants this racing battle mode?
No one.
Not fun.
But they fixed it.
On Switch, you could have a local thing where someone's on the TV, and then you have someone with a second Switch.
Well, no, Switch, they added full battle mode. Remember? When it came out on Switch, they added full traditional battle mode.
With the N64 tracks, too, right?
Yeah, with all the tracks. They added, like modern tracks for that. So I don't see any reason why they couldn't go full Double Dash and like... I don't know if they're going to make this the ultimate Mario Kart, which apparently they are. They should really think about that. Plus, the new tracks are great, but man, some different modes would be cool because
it would be.
racing you can only do those races so many times before
Yeah.
you're like,
you know,
all right.
thankfully you have like 500 courses, so you won't get bored.
You
of
do,
it.
yeah. But,
Just put on shuffle. It'll take you like, how long would it take you to get through all these things?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're doing 200cc, not crazy long.
Do you play 200cc all the time?
Yeah. What else is there to play
Yeah.
at?
150, 200 is just like, they're
No.
not designed for that speed, John.
200
talking
mirrored
about?
is the only.
They're
way to
not
do it.
designed for that.
Mirrored. I don't know about mirrored, but
Uh,
definitely 200. Anything other than 200 honestly feels a little like, I'm like, why are we going so slow?
I mean,
Come on, let's go,
150 is
let's go.
pretty fast still, you know? It
Yeah,
seems,
but once you get
Yeah.
used to 200, it's like, yeah, anything else seems slow.
You're just drifting the entire time. You're literally just like burning through and like, you got that blue burst the entire time.
Yeah, and it's just
yeah,
really
no,
chaotic.
200.
So it's more more Mario Kart like, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and plus we've been playing some of these tracks literally for almost 10 years, and some of them I feel like I could literally have my eyes closed and like get first place in if I wasn't doing 200. You know, 200 is more of a challenge still,
Sure.
especially on like the rainbow roads and stuff like that. Whereas 150, like I know these tracks so well, it's just not that challenging.
So I have to believe. So we're getting the rest of the packs closing out this year. If we're getting a new Switch in like March of next year, Mario Kart 9 has got to be a launch title, right? They've got to like.
Why don't they just port Mario Kart 8 again?
Yeah, they could just bring it over with all the DLC and everything,
and start doing new DLC or something.
Yeah, just be like, and we got more coming for it. Why not?
What do you call it? Mario Kart 8 Super Deluxe? Like, it's already deluxe.
I mean, just call it Mario Kart. Like, you know, there's only one Fortnite.
Mario
They don't keep
Kart
up. You know, they just keep adding stuff.
It's true.
Mario
Or they
Kart
introduced
Infinite.
Nintendo Kart,
Yes.
where you can have Pokemon themed racetracks and Mario themed racetracks and Zelda themed racetracks.
I think they should, but I think there's too much cachet behind
The
like
name.
the Mario Kart name. Yeah.
Yeah, be hard to rip that off. As far as Pokemon Bank, when the eShop shuts down, Pokemon Bank will continue to operate for free, and it's just going to show this for days remaining, and it'll just have XXX and just swap out. Like it's got a kind of janky way to keep operating, but it's going to work. Basically, so that's good.
For
And
how
then
long, though?
it sounds like Detective Pikachu is getting a movie sequel, which I'm very excited by. I loved watching the first one. I'm excited for the second one.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the first one.
Aaron, that needs to be
Yeah.
corrected.
It's all
The
right.
Portlandia co-creator, Jonathan Crystal, is currently negotiating to direct the sequel. So that's what's up. Yeah. So Aaron, you have homework. You need to watch this movie, the original.
Nah, it just don't.
John,
really
what do you think?
get too
Did you
much.
enjoy the original Detective Pikachu?
I fell asleep during it.
Oh, see, I don't
Really?
even see it.
Oh,
kinda
I was
freaked me out. Some of it-
encapsulated by seeing all the Pokemon on the screen.
The Mr. Mime thing, like half asleep, really freaked me out. I'm just like, I'm not really into this. This is not really doing it for me. This is not doing it for me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot of the animated movies. Like, not gonna lie, the first few I thought were really pretty good. Even though that now I probably go back and rewatch them, they're like not so great. But I saw a trailer for one of the newer ones. It's probably, I guess, maybe one of the last ones with Ash, but it looked pretty good. And I prefer the animated to this
I mean,
kinda
they're so
weird.
creepy. I mean, that's part of the fun.
creepy. Yeah, they got like Pikachu's got like teddy bear eyes. They're like glass looking and like shiny. I guess, you know, like real eyes, and it's just not like what I want to see.
Okay.
I almost would rather see them go back to like the Ken Sugimori, I think that's his name, the guy who did the original art, like do something more in that style, like something really like retro looking, like actually hand drawn, animated. Something would be really cool.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm not really. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't need my Pikachu being a detective. I don't know. I just don't. I don't.
It's a very
don't get it.
smart detective. You know?
You know what they can do now is just make like an AI thing that can just animate like live action in the style I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but there's like this AI bot that basically they programmed to like read all these old anime episodes, and then now it'll just take live action video and just like convert it into anime style, and it's pretty amazing.
Oh gosh. So we get Star Wars anime. That's what you're saying.
You can have anything anime.
Oh gosh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can you have anime if I put in like
Yeah, just like add an extra filter to it.
it's gonna be like the most extreme like anime
Oh
ever?
gosh.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I haven't seen that. I have seen the roast AI bot that I sent you guys.
Oh
so.
yeah, I started talking to that thing, and I just kept saying no to everything it was saying, and it was just being rude. So
I got into the Microsoft Bing AI thing.
How's that?
It's all right. I'm disappointed they cut you off after 5 questions now, so you can't try to.
What?
You can't try to break in and get emotionally get the AI emotionally attached. You know.
I wanna talk to one and literally ask from scratch. All right, tell me how to build a car. What do I need to do first? Step one. Step one. What do I do?
Yes.
Like literally, I want to see what it tells me to do. Like, all right, step by
Yeah.
step. Tell me how to build a car. What do
That'd
I
be
need?
cool.
And
Yeah.
see what it tells me. I want to see what
Yeah.
what I end up with.
That'd
If
be-
I
that'd be
get a
neat.
car at the end of it.
That'd be cool.
I thought the roast spot was pretty fun. Like literally, I was crying at some of the stuff it was repeating like it was saying to me, because I was going
Yeah.
pretty hard at it. I was not at first.
Not
I was being
kind.
a little soft on it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going hard on it, and then it went hard right back at me, and it made me feel so sad.
Aw.
It made me feel sad because of how instantaneous the answers were. Like literally,
Yeah,
it took
they're
me
like
a good
immediate.
30 seconds to think of things to say, and it like within an instant, it came back with something that like totally got me. And I was like, oh my god, dude, how do you? This thing's totally faster and smarter than I am. Oh, future.
Yeah. So, what have we been playing, Aaron? What have you been playing?
Oh man, I've been playing kind of a bit of stuff. Animal Crossing.
This is the Switch edition.
Yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons, because I started a new island and was kind of making my way.
Did you get all the tools yet? I feel bad
Yes,
about
finally.
not. Okay, I feel bad not.
Yeah,
getting
I was
those
waiting
yet.
on you, and you're like, yeah.
Well, I booted up Animal Crossing, and then it had me like get reintroduced like to everything. It brought me over to like the plane dude. I don't know. It like had a bunch of stuff to show me, and then I got sidetracked.
Well, I have everything now, and things are coming along nicely. And I got Tangy finally. I just bought one of those like amiibo cards, and then I was like, "Here, Tangy, come to my place." It took like 3 days to get her because she just kept saying no. I would like build her furniture, and she was just like, "Nah, I'm good."
You have to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you have to do it 3 times. For the
Oh
amiibo
man, that's
characters,
terrible.
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That way, that's how they keep you from just getting one every day and just like
yeah.
romping through it. I guess in like a week, they make you
Mhm.
Yeah, they make you work for
3
it.
days. Yeah, they make you work for it.
Yeah, well, during that time, I had like a plot built too, and then I like found some other dude. His name's Octavian, and he's like an octopus, and he's like super.
Oh
cool,
yeah,
and-
Octavian. Yeah. I think I have his card. Yeah.
Yeah, so that dude moved in. So I got some pretty cool people in my village, and then I found 2 other people with horns. So I got a bunch of horn people, and then Octavian and Tangy. Yeah.
How's the DLC in that? Have you messed around with that?
I don't even know what the DLC is. Is that there was some dude I met? It was like Hank's Island or something like Herb. I don't know.
Okay.
And I haven't gone over there, so I have no idea what that's.
Okay,
about.
I've not messed around with that at all.
I know. Is the coffee shop Brewster's? Is that in the game? Did they
I
add that back
haven't.
in?
I haven't got it yet. I don't know
Okay.
if that's a thing. I'm
Couldn't remember
trying
if they added that
to.
back in.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get the concert. I'm still trying to get KK Slider to come.
KK's the best.
It's Saturday nights, right?
That's what it used to be. I don't know if it is for this. I'm just trying to get my town up to a certain spot to where he'll even.
He'll
come.
actually show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You can't be small town. He's a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
town. He's a big town
town,
dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
ever
that's so
since,
cool. I
City
need to
Folk,
pick
he
it up
won't.
again. Yeah. I need to pick this up again.
It's so good. It's so good.
But I also
Did
need to
you
play
guys-
Zelda again.
How's the local? Are you doing local multiplayer with that game?
Yeah, playing it with my wife, and it's pretty cool. She comes over to my town every once in a while, and I give her stuff.
Do you have all the
So
fruit at this time?
no, I still need. I think I need oranges. So I
Mm.
have cherry, pear was my original, and peach.
Okay.
So I think I'm missing orange, and I have coconut.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I'm missing those like special ones, right? There's like some special ones, like, or maybe that was a different version I'm thinking of.
That might be the 3DS or Wii version where they have like guava. They have like the tropical
Yeah, there was
ones.
tropical
Mm.
fruit.
They had the
Yeah.
mango. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
you have to
that
go to
one-
the island to get them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if those are
Yeah.
in this one. I don't remember.
Yeah. I'll just see what I have on my island.
Okay.
Cause I got all the fruit. I don't remember that much.
Yeah. I need some bamboo shoots. Yeah, need lots of stuff.
Oh, the bamboo. That'll take over some space, right? That'll just keep
It's a
growing.
weed.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I had some, and then I thought that it would like grow back if you like cut it down, right? Like, it's like bamboo's supposed to grow all fast.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
And I cut it, and it just sat there as stumps for days. So then I just, yeah, I think I finally just dug it up.
Do you have any of the special stumps, the pattern stumps?
No,
Ooh.
I'm trying to find some. So I've been planting lots of trees, and I start cutting them down to see if I have some cool stumps.
Yeah.
Are those just visually cool, or they provide you anything?
I think they increase your luck. I believe.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But
Okay.
they also look cool because, like, I had a Triforce one.
Yeah,
in
the
one of my
Triforce
towns.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just cool. Yeah, I try to get them all, just because they, it's one of those things. It's like that and the fossils, and you gotta have all the fruit, or just some of the things I like to
Yeah.
do.
Yep. I'm
So what else,
working on
Aaron?
all the fossils. Yeah, so I'm playing hold on, let's see what else. Metroid Prime Remastered. Yeah, I've been playing that. It's a lot of fun.
Isn't that a
Mm.
beauty, Aaron?
Yeah, it's like
You're playing on TV or handheld?
both. I'm doing
Okay.
both. But from all the videos I watched, I will say I was expecting a lot more, just the way that everyone was like praising it, right? And then playing it, it just feels like Metroid Prime. And that's not
But
a
you got
bad
dual
thing
sticks. You
because
got
it
dual
was a really
sticks.
good game, but it just feels like I'm playing the same game, and I'm glad to have it today. But it's like, oh, I'm just playing Metroid Prime.
The dual
Yeah.
sticks isn't like a game-changing element for you?
Well, that's the thing. It still feels normal, right? Because I think over the last 20 years, we've got used to dual stick. So I haven't tried the other mode.
You
in
should,
so
because it's
long.
going to
I
be
don't-
wildly more difficult to play.
No,
That
I
game.
don't want to. 'Cause I feel like it would just really, mess with me. But
Yeah.
yeah, in like a lot of ways, it just feels like the same game, which is good. I'm not complaining. It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have,
Mhm.
yeah. So I haven't got to where you are. You're saying that you're like frustrated with the part.
Yes. So I made it to the mines of Moria. So I made it to the mines. And these freaking mines, guys, I spent like an hour plus working my way through the mines, looking at every nook and cranny. It's like I must have missed a save room. Then I look online after I get off I was on a plane flight. And no, I didn't miss anything. They just you have to spend 2 hours hoping to survive between save points, these freaking mines. It's the most frustrating thing in the world.
Hmm.
This is like a I don't know, it's like a test of skill or something. Like, well, what's this all about?
Yeah, that's like old school gaming, right?
And there's there's savers. I tried backtracking one time, and they respawn enemies to prevent you from backtracking and making an easy time
No,
of
they
like.
respawn enemies so that way you can get resources and you don't run out of missiles and all that. And
I-
health.
I think it's to. They
So-
do that in other areas of the game too, don't they? It felt like a more severe version.
So
Yeah.
I think it's if you go like 2 rooms away, then the enemies respawn in Metroid Prime. So it's
Yeah, like there's a boss fight, and there's not even a save point after a boss fight in this freaking area. Like,
yeah, you just have to know where the rooms are. That's how those games work.
it's frustrating. So I'm gonna return to it, but I was making good progress. Like I'm chugging along. I mean, I got all these fancy things, all my upgrades, and then I hit this point where it's like, oh no, yeah. So I might need to go find some more entry tanks, max those out. It's frustrating in this game that you can't hot swap between casual, easy, and normal and all that. You're stuck into whatever mode you had it set from the beginning. That's frustrating. Yeah.
It's a fair criticism.
Yeah. This is
Most
2023.
games these days,
Let's
yeah,
hot
yeah.
swap difficulties. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the same as it was back in the day.
This
right?
is
They even
remastered.
added
Aaron.
You
You should be able to hot
easier
swap.
They
Yeah.
even
Well,
added
you know,
it in easy.
with the resources, that it could be, how do you change hardness? I guess if you're, I don't know.
Hardness to me is just like you can take more hits without dying, that kind of thing.
I guess, but maybe they see hardness as resources and how how many resources are scattered about, and
I guess.
if you can go in and out of that, what's the point of the system at all? I don't know. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
thinking. But they're thinking the game's fine as is, and you need to play it.
I need to get good.
As
I need to
is.
get good.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine playing this on GameCube with the crappy controls. Like, if I'm struggling here, I can only imagine.
Crappy.
What? No, they were great. Like,
The GameCube controls were great.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great
You
game.
couldn't aim and move and all that. at the
Yes, you
same time.
could, because you could aim like manually, like pretty easy, and then because you had this. No, it wasn't the C stick. You just would like look, right? You would just like turn and then shoot. And then whenever you wanted to like lock in place, you would just hold down the trigger. And then if you were looking at something, you would lock on to that thing. So like once you got used to it, it just
See,
felt
Aaron,
right.
just minutes ago, you said you would never want to touch the original controls.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't want to go back to it because it wouldn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like compared to what I'm used to. But I know
Right.
that using like the GameCube controller, it works well with that
Okay.
controller.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
It
designed
makes
for.
sense for the game too. Like, it's not like
I
other
gotta say, the
shooters
dual
where
stick,
you're-
it seems to be almost a little bit on easy mode because you can like lock onto targets across the room pretty just effortlessly in this game. It feels good.
Yeah, it seems like the range is further. Like in like the remastered, I can lock on to things, and I'm not sure if it is because
dual
of how they
stick nature.
changed it. Yeah, they kind of changed like the dual stick where it'll kind of like sense something around where you're looking and just kind of put your little like selector around it. So whenever you pull the trigger, it'll automatically lock onto that thing.
Yeah.
And I don't recall it being as locked on in the like original. You kind of had to point out what you really wanted to focus on. So that's kind of strange. Yeah, and it seems like because of that new feature, you can shoot all the way across a room at an enemy, just locking onto
It's
it.
pretty dope. John, are you gonna play this? What's your story with this one?
My story with this one is I had it in my shopping cart for Best Buy before it came out, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab this later at some point.
Oh no!
And I've been looking literally every other day for a
It
physical
sells
copy,
out very quickly, I hear.
and it is impossible to get.
Yeah, you need the
Maybe-
Wario 64 notifications going on there.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter, so that's the thing.
Yeah, I'm only on it for like Wario 64, and like that's it, pretty much. I'll like log in and like look at what is got going on.
I can't.
Yeah,
do
I
that.
wasn't
I'm not-
able. Yeah, I wasn't able to get mine from like Best Buy or like Amazon. They were all sold out, so I had to go the GameStop route and pay for shipping. Which kind of
Did you
I
hear
look-
the thing about GameStop canceling all the Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition orders? They basically can't
No.
fulfill any Resident Evil 4 Collector's Editions, even if you paid up front for it. They're just refunding people.
that's
Yeah,
terrible.
not shocking. I do have my original copy though. Here,
Oh, yeah, there you
Ooh, look
go.
at that.
I
You
have
know-
mine as well. Yeah.
I got the trilogy there and then storage there on the Wii.
I got 3.
Yeah.
I think I got 2 somewhere.
Did you ever get the trilogy on the Wii?
No, never got the trilogy.
Did you buy it for the digital version when that came out?
Mm-mm. The
No?
trilogy,
Okay.
no,
Should-
never
you
got.
should get
Never
it
played
for
it.
Wii U.
Yeah, I should. It's expensive though. I still have 3 for Wii. I did as a kid have because you can link this one with Fusion.
Fusion, that's right.
Amazing
I'm so
boy, yeah.
curious. Fusion just hit for the GBA Virtual Console thing.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be so cool if they linked those up in some way. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
and it's got progressive scan, so that's cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
because those were released on the same day, right?
I think they did. Yeah, that if my memory serves me
Such a weird thing.
Right, it is. I did think they came out on the same day.
That's something they used to do more often back in the day. Like there were like a lot of games that came in pairs. It seemed like.
Yeah, kind of like Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah,
Great
they
match.
should come out to the same day. Yeah.
But by the same company, you're saying, Aaron.
Yeah. Remember like the old.
I mean, if you're really into Metroid, you got your home fix and your portable fix, so you can just be constantly playing Metroid as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both really good games.
They are.
It's pretty rare, I guess, that two games from the same franchise come out and they actually are both good.
Right. Yeah.
For
Normally
totally
the portable one
different
when gets the
systems.
shaft. Yeah. Fusion was great. That I played that during my Metroid introduction.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good.
so I'll get the remaster if once it's like available to just buy.
Yeah, and you're
Maybe
waiting
I'll-
for a physical copy. You don't want the digital.
Yeah, I guess I'll break down and sign into Twitter and turn on notifications for
Yeah.
people to do that.
Yeah.
I guess
It's gotta do. It's
Hey.
one. That's its one and only use right now.
I check
I
it
wish
about
that
every other day.
Wario 64 would move over to Master.
Yeah, I check it every other day, but it's one of those things where if I'm not checking at the right time, you just I'm just assuming it's always sold out when it could be like
Yes.
popping back in and out of stock.
And a lot of the case, it's been local only pickup kind of thing.
Yeah, I checked my local GameStop to see if they've had it online, and every time I've checked, they've not had it.
Yeah.
No one's had it. I even looked at like my local Walmart when I was like grabbing something else in the store. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk by and see if they have it. No, they didn't have a spot for
Hopefully
it.
they continue to
on the
reprint it.
shelf. They suck, but
Hopefully they continue to reprint until supply is met. I would hope. Yeah.
well, they
Or
didn't
demand
say
is
it
meant
was
to be.
limited. They did not say,
Yeah.
right? They just
They
said,
did not say
No.
limited. No.
Yeah,
So I imagine reprints until they see demand drops.
hopefully.
So Aaron, what else?
I'm also playing. Well, I finished Hogwarts Legacy.
You
and then I went and
platinumed.
got- and then and then I went and got the platinum.
Yeah, I'm working
Yeah.
on the platinum. I'm like 40 hours into it.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good.
It's a pretty good game. I had a good time playing it, and I don't think it's as good as Elden Ring, but it's definitely like so far this year. I think it's probably the best game I've played.
Yeah, per square inch, it's like the most packed game as far as just like they thought of every part of the map is like well thought out, I think.
Yeah, the only critique that I have as far as that is that like the enemy types are pretty not varied.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
same.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they have like small variations to it, kind of like you were working on the platinum achievement for, or I'm not the platinum, the trophy.
The trophy, yeah, to
Yeah,
all the
for-
enemies. I was trying to find a certain troll and
Yeah, and there's just like one with a slightly different name. It's a river troll, and it's
yeah,
like, it's the exact same as every other troll, just with
but
a
he's by
different
water.
name. So
But yeah, it's super enjoyable. It's my remote play game currently when I'm upstairs, and it's so much fun. Just like flying around and casting spells, and the story I'm still really enjoying. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and then lastly, I'm playing Black Desert online because I wasn't really sure, like what game I should do next on PlayStation. I still need to wrap up Dead Space. And I was
Is this
I'm
like a
just
retro game, Aaron, from like the 90s?
Black Desert?
Yeah.
No, Black Desert Online is an MMO. It's a South Korean MMO, and
Okay.
it's all about stealing your money. It's made by a company called Pearl Abyss, and it's kind of pay to win in some ways, but in some ways it's not. But if you do want to pay, you have to buy these pearls, and you throw them into the abyss, basically, which is why their name is Pearl Abyss.
I see. Gotcha.
But yeah, it's their 7th anniversary, and it just went free on Steam. So it was always super cheap game. Like you can get it for like $10 or less, sometimes for even like $2 or something. But now it's free to play. 7th anniversary is going on, so they're doing like all kinds of festivities and giving away tons of free stuff, all kinds of like cosmetics and gear. So if you have a PC or even PlayStation or Xbox, it's on all those as well.
Okay.
You should try it out.
Very cool. What you, John?
What have I been playing? So there's a game that used to be on iPhones
Okay.
back in the day. I don't know if you remember it. It's called Flight Control.
I don't.
Okay, so this game, You are controlling airplanes and helicopters
I
as
do
they
remember
fly
this.
in, and you
Yeah.
have to draw the where they go on the map so they don't hit each other. Pretty much,
Okay.
you're guiding them in. It is super simple, super basic, but man, I used to love playing it back in the day.
Do you
You
ever
de-
crash them on purpose?
No, I'm going for high scores, man. I'm going for like
Because you can only
Streak.
crash so many, right? Like you
yeah.
only,
Oh, you can only
and
crash
then-
one before they're like, all right, you're done.
You
Oh, I
don't.
thought it was like you could do like 2 or 3, and
Maybe.
then the level ends.
Maybe you could,
Maybe.
but that's where how I've been playing comes in, because the original game just doesn't exist anymore. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh,
Like the
no.
developer's gone. Like I don't know what happened, but I did find a version that is like literally the same, but not the same. And I can't
Yeah,
tell if
a
it's the same
clone.
code, like they sold off to somebody, or someone just mimicked it, mimicked it so well that
Yeah.
it's like so similar. But I've been playing that a lot. It's called like Tower something
I think
airplane.
you were playing this last time, weren't you? Yeah, you've been playing this a little while. Right?
Well, I've been playing Mini Metro a lot. Which
Yeah,
is
that's the one I was
okay,
playing.
sort of similar, and it's kind of what led me down this path, is because it reminds me a lot of this game, because you're doing a lot of like navigating traffic and drawing and stuff like that. So I actually I want this game on like Apple Arcade. I want them to bring it back, because that's some of the stuff they do is they like bring back some of the classic,
Yeah.
old iPhone games, and this is like one of the ones I want them to like go find the original developer and be like, we'll pay you $5 million, give us that app and it's ours, and I'll get to play it. I don't know. I feel like it would be a big hit again, because I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people used to play this. Like this was the
Yeah.
game for a while.
Yeah, and like you could play with like 2 players, right? And then
Yes,
you would
yes,
like
good.
send planes off
You
to
could
like
send
Ah.
yes,
because you only had like certain colors on your screen. So
Oh.
if they had
It
a
was
plane that
so
matched yours,
good.
they had to
Yes,
send it over to you.
yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So Flight Control was the original app. I don't know what this new version's called. If you just search for it, I'm sure you'll find it. But that's, besides that and Splatoon, yeah, that's what I've been
Okay.
spending my free time on.
Very
It's
cool.
Flight Control, yeah.
So I got a long
60
list.
planes in. It's like
You just
like my high school.
navigate the planes in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get through these as quickly as I can.
You got a long list here.
I've been
Yeah,
in
like how
the been in the VR.
How do you have time to play all these games, Tim?
What do you mean?
Well, I
What do you
don't
mean? What do
see
you mean?
how you have time. I mean, that's not.
So
really a
I said like an
problem,
hour when like someone else is taking care of.
but how do you get into
Have a
them though,
job.
right? Like, because
What do you mean?
for like a lot of games, you have to like spend a couple hours to really like get a lot out of it, to get started and get kind of going in your quests.
So
and
with
things.
VR games, it feels like they're quicker to get in and they're designed for, in many of the cases, shorter experiences. Some are very much longer experiences. I've spent like an hour and a half or so in single sessions for like Resident Evil Village, for instance. But many of these are, you spend 30 minutes and that's a satisfying experience kind of thing.
Okay.
So I got the PlayStation VR Numero Dos, and it's quite an amazing little system. I'm used to the old PlayStation where you had the lights tracking everything. It's kind of janky. Got all these boxes and wires. You have cameras set up. Hopefully it's pointing the right way. It doesn't fall. So the inside-out tracking is remarkable. It scans the room within seconds. Shows you your play area. You can kind of adjust it as need be. Has this pass-through camera that works really well. I've had, and there's a mic on the headset that you can act as like transparency mode a little bit, so I can kind of hear the room noise and have full conversations in the headset with earbuds in, which is nice. And I've had full conversations with the headset on, which is kind of weird because I can see the person. And my cat when I play in VR. Will just sit there on the chair looking at me, just baffling at what is going on here. He's swinging at my arms and doing squats and stuff. Cat is very intrigued by this whole situation. Controllers feel great. The haptics feel great about the headset. Like, for example, Resident Evil Village, when you shoot the shotgun, your hands have this big haptic in your head also. they emulate what a shotgun would feel like as close as they can in your head. It's this big haptic sensation to it. Tetris Effect uses the head haptics really nicely as you finish a level. It kind of like pulses in a satisfying way. So it's immersion. It feels very immersion additive towards that. Trying to see what other games take. No Man's Sky does a great job in using your jetpack and using the head haptics. And it's instantly intuitive as far as the controller, as far as where the buttons are and stuff like that. I was constantly confused with Move controllers. I never had a good experience with those things. But these feel great.
Does it still have that like big screen mode where you can just like
it does
play?
It has cinematic. Yeah. And it's the visuals are great. It is a full HDR display, 120 frames per second for if you're doing those games. And I mean, people have said, and I have agreed with them, when you're in Gran Turismo and the sun's up there, you gotta kind of look away because the sun's gonna blind you like a little real life. It's that bright. It really, in many instances, like the visuals are great. Like Gran Turismo, it feels like you're in a car as close as you can. Call it Mountain. Like these things, I've never seen stuff look this great in a headset. I'm used to kind of downscaled stuff. Resident Evil Village looks stunning. It's hard to describe. Just like I played back when this came, or not when it came out, but I got a sale a long time ago and played kind of the opening bits and died really quickly and noped out of that game. But I'm now further along in Village than I was playing in flat mode. I did put it to casual mode because I just want to get through this and experience it, but it's still terrifying as all get out. With Village, they did a really cool thing where in 7, they didn't do much work. It was kind of just you hold the controller in your hands. You might point your head certain directions. But in this one, you're opening your coat to pull out your flashlight. You have your knife kind of like on your wrist. You're going to pull it there. You have your shotgun behind you, your gun in your holster. So you're like grabbing stuff from all over different points of your body. The knife feels great. So I'm like knifing these like enemies. And that's something I just wouldn't feel as good in flat mode. You're like up close and personal, like knifing these enemies, and you get the haptics, and it feels amazing.
Flat mode is what it's called now.
Flats. That's the TV.
Call it.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the nomenclature, and you are like that. And it's the sense of presence with Village is just so good. Like it's remarkable what they're doing. They're bringing Resident Evil 4 to VR. And based on my experience in Village, I'm very excited by what that'll be because they're getting very good at translating these full games into VR, and it's incredible. And with Village, like the blacks of this display are super great. So when it's dark, it gets dark, and you got to pull out that flashlight, and you're pointing it certain directions, make sure you can see. And
so this just came out, right? The new PSVR.
Yeah, it's been out for like a couple weeks.
Yeah,
22nd of February. Weeks. Yeah,
I'm really tempted to get it because I heard that it works with PC as well.
It does not currently.
I saw someone made it work.
I would not buy based on that. I would buy based on PS5.
But it's still an option. If someone got it to work.
I think it'll be a long time before they get the full. I think it works as like an external monitor kind of thing.
Yeah, that's all you need. Like I would still use my keyboard and mouse to play.
Okay. Yeah, you won't get like you don't get like half like Alex playing on PC through it.
Yeah, there's already a pair of kind of like a glasses thing that gave you just like a giant monitor basically that I was already looking into for like $350, I think.
Yeah,
and they work.
So this
really
could potentially do that.
Games.
Yeah. And one of the big uses I've had so far is I'm exercising in VR. I've got a pistol whip. I'm doing like 1,000 squats during these songs, dodging these bullets. It's a great workout. I got this little headband thing that makes it so sweat's not really an issue. And I got my heart rate up to 144 for a pretty consistent rate in VR the other night. Synth Riders is incredible in this. It's kind of like Beat Saber, but you're kind of riding these different these like orbs come at you, and you want to put your hands where the orbs are, and you'll need to combine your hands at times and then ride. And there's a full 360 mode within PSVR 2. So you'll be going in complete circles, kind of following these things around, and it's a good experience. Really great songs in it, and the visuals are just stunning. The HDR with this kind of stuff. What else? Call of the Mountain has had some just incredible moments of you're in a very intense fight with these robot monster dinosaur things. And you're like piecing on, you're like hitting certain spots of to get the enemy's armor, or you destroy like the gas tank on the dinosaur thing, and it blows up in front of you, and then you're dodging their attacks, and like it's a good workout as well with these fights, and it's stunning the scale of these things. And there's times you're taking on like 3 or 4 enemies at a time and kind of making sure no one's sneaking up on you. And there's different arrow types. You can hot swap between them. So you'll like grab your bow, put it out like this, and then you get to pick which arrow you grab, and you'll find yourself swapping between arrows mid-battle. You can craft arrows mid-battle, slows down time a little bit for you to do the crafting of like grabbing the different parts for an arrow to put them on the arrow and craft it there. The climbing is a lot of fun. But I do enjoy the battles the most of this game, and they just get so intense. In the beginning, I was dying like constantly, but I'm getting much better at dodging and getting a hang of all that. And so Call of the Mountain, really phenomenal, really stunning.
One of the problems with VR is that you hear about all these games, but you never really hear much about like the gameplay or see much about it because it's so hard to convey that experience.
It is.
They need to try to figure out a way to like show these games and like all the stuff you can do, because when they show a trailer for it, just from that first person perspective, it doesn't really capture
at all
experience. Yeah,
it is hard to like kind of like share like how much different it is from just like a normal TV game, because like you are in the game, you are fully immersed, you are that character. During the cutscenes of Resident Evil, I was like moving my hands with them and like kind of like mimicking what the cutscene was doing, because that doesn't like follow you, but you try to get into as much as you can. And when you're like eating food in a game, I'm like moving my mouth and stuff. And there was a prayer in Resident Evil, and I didn't know quite what the prayer was, but it was kind of like when I was a kid at church, didn't know what they were quite saying. That was kind of like mouthing along with it, to try to immerse myself a bit. So there's stuff like that. Kayak VR Mirage is wildly good looking, and it lets you explore these different parts of the world in a kayak. So you go to Antarctica, Norway, and I think the Bahamas. And the races are incredible in this game. So there's these races, online races, live with other players. And I've had some very intense like matches. There's this like one endurance race that's 12 minutes in Antarctica. And I have Apple Music plugged into my PS5, and I had like some like of my running music playlist going. So I have my pump up music kind of going from Apple Music, which is the first time I've actually used Apple Music on the PS5, and that's kind of a cool integration that works pretty well.
Yeah.
And that's a heck of a workout doing the paddling for like 12 minutes straight at a nice clip. And I think by this, I'm going to be better at canoeing and kayaking, because you're getting a sense of like how to turn properly. And the haptics are really nice with both the head and the hands. And there's different like I was in a rainstorm version. The water is super rough and it handles differently. And so kayak was it's kind of a surprise hit for me. It's like you can either be zoned out and just peaceful, kind of paddling around, or you can be in these intense races, and it's great being other human beings, because they're also going through the same physical thing that you are, not sure what to say on kayak. It's good. I saw some pretty funny setups where people have brought some kayaks to their setups that they were playing the game in a kayak.
Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty wild.
Of course.
And then I have to mention Gran Turismo 7. Incredible. They did it. And I got a racing wheel will be here tomorrow.
That didn't take
I
much,
played
did
this
it?
in
No.
controller, and it's like, oh, this is pretty good. And then I realized I need the pedal and the wheel and all that. So I got a refurbished one with the promo code, and it wasn't too bad. It was like less than 200 for the whole setup. So and some of the races I've had have been incredible. So you're using the mirrors in this vehicle, and it's like you're relying on them to see like all around you, and you're kind of like back and forth between looking ahead and like looking behind to try to block the cars from you, and you can see next to you as they pass, like the scale of it, and it's super intense. It's like a physical feeling where you don't have that in the TV version of the game. Like it's wild.
Yeah, the first person view is similar for just the regular game,
and I've never enjoyed.
I'm sure it's not. Yeah, I've never enjoyed first person views in racing
because it cuts off so much of the screen. But when you're in the car, in your presence is there, it feels different. Where you're actually that's
what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And I gotta say,
cool.
it's incredible, and it's just so damn beautiful. I got the go-kart. There's like a go-kart thing, and you can see the track underneath you. That's pretty cool as well. One of the things I was surprised by was I got on the dirt track with my big Ford pickup truck. And on that track, you're getting air. You're going airborne. It's wild. You're hitting cars at times. And I did not get sick at all. I was just having the time of my life, and it felt great. And I thought I'd be getting sick doing these jumps and stuff in the car. And it was just a hoot. It was just a blast. Because that race, you're racing against these cars, and you can pick the truck. And you can just kind of go to town and just demolish these cars, push them out of the way because they're tiny little cars, and you're in your big pickup truck. And that's a fun experience in VR, I gotta say. And the all the cockpits, it just feels like they're just all so handcrafted. Like you're in each of these vehicles. Like I kind of want a setup where I have a real AC unit in front of me that can turn on. I don't know. It's wild. Gran Turismo. So yeah, a lot of full featured experiences in VR. So Resident Evil Village, Gran Turismo, No Man's Sky. I booted back up and started a new world. That's really well implemented with VR. Looks great. And I think we're gonna get more of these hybrid games this generation. I've heard the development environment is much easier for devs to add, full VR mode to their game. And I think we're gonna get more of these this gen than PS4, which I think was more kind of jerry-rigged together from a development environment as well as the hardware. And then I did try the Humanity demo. That was a lot of fun. I'll speak about it for more later. But basically a little Lemmings type game in VR, and also there's a TV mode for it. And I've just been enjoying the heck out of VR. And I think I'm going to play a lot more of it with it plugged into my PS5 in the basement, where I have this whole room kind of as my office area where I can just play, versus in the living room where I have to play only when people are kind of not using the main floor of the house, which is rare. So, that's VR. Any questions?
Nope. So, well, other than, does it still plug in? Because I remember there's like a giant cord, right? There's like
it's just it's a single USB-C cord that plugs into the front of the console. So it's super easy to just plug it into the front of the console. Nice long cord. You can extend this cord, I hear, as well, with the USB-C extension cords.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Which is because I would be worried the headset battery life would kind of die. I've heard Quest battery life is not great.
Well, you mentioned in one of the rhythm games that they had you going around in full circles, right?
Yes. Which
does that
was
work
fine.
with the cable?
It works. For the full 360 stuff, I am a little aware of that cable. But I'm just kind of, yeah, I'm basically feeding in a certain direction where I'm not tripping over. Kind of, I'm aware of it in that
Okay.
mode. Most games don't do you're going total circles like that. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
feel like most
rare.
games kind of warn you not to do that, not to
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
to stay put. You know,
That's
in
something I
spot.
opted into. There's like a 360 mode in that game where you
Interesting.
can opt into it. Some people have these crazy setups where it's like attached to the ceiling and they have this pulley system. I won't go there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I might do something like that. I'm looking around, and yeah, I have the room for it. Because I did add it to my cart, but I just don't know if I'm ready to like.
It's a lot of
the
fun.
purchase
Village is there's some good experiences already. Like the launch lineup, there's a ton of games. A Pavlov I hear is incredible. This like FPS online shooter. There's like a mode that's like what's that very famous game that we were playing on Switch?
Tetris.
Yeah,
No,
Tetris, that's the one.
The one where you're trying to see who the killer is. Imposters.
Oh, Among Us?
There's like an Among Us mode where you're like trying to negotiate with people who's the killer, and I don't know. There's like, that game seems interesting. And then there's coming out this week is the game where it's all based on you blinking or not, and because there's eye tracking in this game, you kind of go through an entire life, and you stay in each scene as long as you can keep your eyes open. For your eyes.
Do they just do like infrared tracking, so you could just put like 2 small infrared lights?
I mean, they have a version of this for phones and stuff, but I think in VR is going to be something on another level where you're going to feel more connection to that character, is my guess. But so I'm very, very much enjoying my experience in PSVR 2. It's a good time.
Yeah. I kind of want it, but Steam Deck is also right there, and I just can't decide.
Aaron, you can already play your Steam Deck games.
Yeah, but see, the Steam Deck is like an entire PC that I could literally just have a dock and just like hook it up anywhere I go. Full PC.
That's true.
It's true. With my entire Steam library.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know. I will say it's a lot of fun. I would highly encourage it if it is in the budget. And then I did for my little trip, I did get the Vita, pulled up the Vita, loaded up Metal Gear Solid for the very first time I'm playing that, and the voice acting makes this game hold up. If they didn't have the killer voice acting, this game I don't think would be enjoyable. But the voice acting is pulling me through this. Some of the combat is a bit dated, trying to aim this guy. But it's enjoyable nonetheless. So I'm making my way through. I beat the first boss fight. I'm kind of in the section after that. So, yeah.
I like the Vita. I just wish there was like more like relevant stuff to play on it these days.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. They still make it? They don't still make it,
They
right?
don't.
No, but
there's
still supported though, right?
Yeah,
it's still like,
well, not really.
The store's still open.
The store's open.
The store's still open. That's right. Yeah.
And they sell the crap ton of these in Japan. So if you are interested, John, if you look on eBay, you can find a bunch of the Slims from Japan that work in America.
Yeah, I actually got my Vita because I've actually had 3 Vitas over my time. It's like my first one, something happened to it, and my next one, like my sister broke it, and then so this one I actually got from a listener, old Benjamin Aquino.
Really?
That's cool.
Over on Twitter, but now I don't really know what he's up to because I'm not on Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. Well, anything else to say or mention here before I wrap it up?
Keep it real.
Eat your peas and carrots.
Okay. Where can folks find you, Aaron, on the interwebs?
You can find me right here at sagelevi.mastodon.social.
Rolls right off
But-
the
but
tongue.
it's
yeah,
not-
it's so catchy.
It's not even .mastodon. It's .mstdn. You got to remember that it's a short Mastodon.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Lucky John.
I don't even know what it is.
Just search for your
John
name.
Wesley A at Mastodon at. Did they do dot social or
No.
dot
Oh wait, I don't know. I think I messed mine up too. Yeah, it's at Mastodon
at
dot social.
Mastodon dot social?
I mean, it
Yeah.
should show up. You just search your name in the search. if
Just
you
search
do
my
that.
name.
Yeah.
You'll find me. I'm on there.
I'm,
I'm like one of 100 people on Mastodon. You can find me.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And I'm at tchat at mastodon.world.
Ooh,
Oh,
big balling
he's
out
got the
there.
whole world
I like the world
in his hands.
server. Yeah. Well, with that, we're back for next level 212 next time, and talk to you guys again then. Bye.